So I'm trying out a little series that I'm calling Guest or the Podcast, where I'm basically trying to figure out, is it the guest that makes the podcast, or is it the podcast that makes the guest? Because sometimes you just see that podcasts are so good, they just make the guest better no matter who the guest is. And sometimes the guest is so good that no matter what podcast they're on, they make the podcast so much better. So I thought for my first episode, I would actually do something I've never watched. I've never seen any of this. It's Bad Friends. And it's very popular, I know, with Andrew Centino and Bobby Lee. They do great numbers. So let's dig into the numbers a little bit. So this goes back about 40 episodes. I thought that was a good sample size. Takes it back to July 3rd of 2023. And out of the 40 episodes they recorded in that time, they only had guests 12 times. So they don't really need to lean on guests to make it good. So these are the average viewership numbers on YouTube for ones with guests and ones without guests. So the ones without guests, the episodes are averaging 1.049 million views. And the ones with guests, they're averaging 1.248 million views. So it's an 18.97% difference with guests. Now the best performing view by views, it's John Cena and Zac Efron, and it was 1.8 million views. And the ones without the guests was episode 188, which also did 1.8 million views. And the least viewed episodes without a guest was the Halloween episode, and that did 524,000 views. And the least performed by views episode was the one with Giannis Papas, and it did 820,000 views, which is still crazy good. And that was episode 177. So what I see is that the podcast does great without guests, but if you have guests, it does add to it. I mean, it's almost 200,000 extra views just for having a guest, and it doesn't seem to matter who the guest is.